Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to use Google Slides. It's just another option available through Google Apps. So let's get started. So my assignment is to create a slide show about my favorite musician or band. So to get to Google Slides, I can either go to my Google Apps grid, scroll down until I find slides. It'll take me to all of the slideshows I've made. So I can just click blank. Or if I want to use one of their templates, I can look through that. And then here are all the other slideshows that I have made in the past. So that's where they all are for future reference. All right. Or I could just do add or create new slides, and it will create one for me. And there we go. Here it is. So I'm going to change the name to, sorry, my favorite band, 21 Pilots. All right, so here's Google Slides. So here's your title page. The first thing we're going to do is set a background for it or theme. So I know you guys are probably going to want to make each background a different color, which I totally get because I still want to do that. But it's not the most professional looking thing ever. And, I get you guys are you're still in school and everything, but this is a good practice for the future if you have to make slideshows or whatever. So we're just going to stick to one background or one theme. Your title page can be a different background than the rest of them. So let's say I want my title page to be a picture of a 21 Pilots concert to really, get things, really set the mood for the slideshow. I can do that on my first one. So there it is. Looks pretty cool. But then on my next slide, where I will start adding information, I'm going to want to keep it simple. So I'm just going to make the background, I'll just make it gray. Okay. So it still matches the color of the first one, but it's not as flashy or anything. But you want your title slide to be kind of flashy, catch their eye to get people interested, Or if I'm just doing my slideshow about any old thing, I can just pick a theme from by clicking theme. Yeah. And then, so I'm just going to apply one so you can see what it looks like. Okay, I don't know why the picture is still there, but whatever. All right, I'll do this. Oh. So apparently the theme does not change the background, so I'm going to get rid of the picture. Add to theme. What does that even mean? There we go. Okay. So I'm sorry about that, guys. Again, it's a learning process, even for me, who has been doing these for 7 years now. So again, I get it's tough learning all this new stuff, and I'm sorry for rhyming. But when you're getting frustrated, just remember that everybody is also learning, and that even people who are experienced with this are also learning. There's always something new that you didn't figure out the first 100 times. And don't be afraid to ask for help. Okay, so here's my new theme. And see, on the second slide, it's going to be the same font. There's still these lines that you see on the first one, but it's a white background. Okay? Because I can't have orange on each slide because it doesn't look professional for whatever reason. But whatever. So I'm going to change it back to image because I thought that looked nice. Alright, so I have my title slide, I have my background, click that title, 21 Pilots. And then I'll put my name. Okay, so here's the title slide. It should just be the subject of your slideshow, which for this is 21 Pilots, and your name and possibly your period and possibly the date. So I'm going to put the date in just to be safe. The due date, not the date you're making it. That's another important thing. Always put the date of the day it's due rather than the day you're doing it, because it just makes more sense. And then if you do it last minute, your teacher will never know. So there's my title page, looking cute. We're going to go to the next slide. All right, so I'm going to make my background just a gray color. If I want a gradient, I can do that. See, that looks nice. Still professional, still looking cool. Goes with the first slide. Doing great. All right, so I'm going to go back to my assignment real quick, see what I need to include. So it needs to be 5 slides. Include details such as how long they've been playing music, if I've seen them perform live, what kind of music they play, their educational background. All right, so how long they've been, a brief history. So they've been playing. So I'm going to start by saying 21 Pilots is comprised of singer Tyler Joseph and drummer Josh Dunn, and formed in 2009. Or the band was formed in 2009 by Tyler Joseph. Josh Dunn joined. Why do I keep capitalizing everything? Joined in 2011. Right. Brief history. Let's say I want to put a picture of them. So I'll just go to Insert, Image. So I can just click on that, click on Image, or not. Okay, so let's say I have one saved in my computer, which I surprisingly don't. I can upload it from a computer, I can search the web. If I have it on Drive, photo, URL, I can take a picture. That's not going to work because they are not in my house. So I'm going to search the web for 21 Pilots. And just pick whatever picture floats my boat. And there it is. So I'm just going to want to put it centered, okay? You don't want it huge. You don't want it overlapping anything. If you want to make it look a little nicer, I guess, you can make the border thicker to give it a frame. And then, see, that looks pretty nice. Okay, so my second slide is done. So let's go on to the next one. Background. Okay, so the next slide is going to be about if I've seen them live. So I'm just going to call it live shows. Okay. I have seen 21 Pilots live. Oh god. 8 times, I think? Maybe 7? I don't know. I don't have time to count right now. 8 times. Each show was better last. However, first time I saw them was my favorite. I'm just going to briefly describe the live shows. Their live shows are high energy and full of surprises no show is exactly like the other. Okay, so a cool feature to put on this one would be a video of a live show, right? So I'm going to go over to insert and I'm going to go down to video. So I can search by URL if I already have the YouTube URL. If I have a video on my Google Drive, I can share that. So I'm going to Google 21 Pilots live show. Okay, I don't want to put a full show. Alright, so I'm going to do just this one. Okay? It's from one of their concerts. Alright, and then I'm gonna shrink it down. Put it off to the side. Shrink it some more. Okay, so there's my video. And here is where you can format it. So let's say you want it, there's a bunch of stuff at the beginning that is not relevant or a bunch of stuff at the end. So you can set it to start at a certain time. So I'm going to say 30 seconds in. So now when they play, it'll start 30 seconds in. You can set it to autoplay when presenting. I'm going to do that, and I'll show you that. But I'm also going to mute the audio so that doesn't immediately start playing music as it goes along. All right. So you can change the position by putting in the numbers along the axes. It's easier just to drag it. You can change the size, the rotation, whatever. I'm good with where it's at. I'm going to give it a border. Not that that made a difference because it's all black around there. So here's my second slide. This is called embedding a video, and it looks a lot better than just pasting a link to it because it's right there. And it's going to automatically start playing during my slideshow, which again, I will show you. Okay, so we'll go to number 4. It is what type of music do they play? Title it genre. Change the background. Oh, or not. Okay. So there is not one genre to describe pilots. Their sound changes every album. They take influence from pop, rap, reggae, rock, and blend it into a unique sound. Okay, so this would be a good place for audio. I do happen to have some 21 Pilots on my Google Drive, so if you have music from your favorite band, which I'm sure you do, you can download it and put it on your Google Drive. So I'm going to put that in there. All right, so there's the first one. Okay, as you can see, there's no name on it. But I don't want people I don't want them to not know what they're listening to, right? So I'm going to insert a text box. So you just draw it. All right, and then I'm going to put the name of the song. Year. Gonna change the font, or the size. And there we go. Now you know what song you're listening to. So if I want to add another song, that wasn't even the right song. My bad. um, I can, sorry for just that radio silence there for a second. I can also name that one, that way they know what they are getting into. I'll just draw another text box. Oh my god. And I'm going to want this to be the same font size as the other one, just again, for professional sake. Okay, so here's the formatting for the audio. So I can either have it start playing automatically, which since I have two audios, I am not going to do because that would sound awful. Or on click, I could set the volume. I'm going to turn it down because they could always turn it up. Loop audio. So let's say I was going to, let's say this slide was really long. It's not. And it's longer than the song is. If I want the song to keep playing throughout the whole slide, I would loop the audio, stop on slide change. So when they go to the next slide, the song's going to stop, which is what I want. Alright, so I'm going to just pretend I'm going to do it automatically just to show you guys this. Hide icon when presenting. So that this will no longer exist. So if you're going to do that, you're not going to want to just put random floating song names. You would add it into your slideshow, the song playing in the background is holding on to you. That way they know the title. If it's a song, if it's a different presentation where the name of the song doesn't matter, you don't need to put that. This is relevant to the presentation, so I want my viewer to know what song is playing. But let's say I was just having some background noise in my presentation to set a mood or something. I don't need to put the name of the song in. It doesn't matter. Alright, so I'll go back to on click. And now this slide is done. So we're on the last slide. Their educational backgrounds. Neither Tyler Joseph or Josh Dunn completed college. Instead, choosing the risky lifestyle of making music for a living, it seems to have worked out for them. I think that's safe to say. Alright, so I'm just going to finish this one off with another picture of them. Okay, I don't know what these are. Yeah, okay. So, okay. There we go. Got the little border. Alright, so now my slideshow is done. So if I want transitions, I can do that. So again, you're going to want to do it. You're going to want to do you might want to do a different transition on each slide. Again, not professional. So I know it's annoying, but just pick one. So I'm going to do gallery. You can affect the speed. I want it to go fast. Object animations. Okay, so let's say I want this picture to fly in or whatever, or fade in. I can do that. So I'm just going to have it fly in from the top. All right. Again, that's only at that one. All right, so here's my completed slide. I'm just going to show it to you all real quick just so you get the gist of it. So here's my first slide. And there's the picture floating in. Okay, so see the video is playing. It is muted. I can unmute it. I'm not going to. And I can also do full screen. I'm going to pause it for copyright issues. But that way the person watching my slideshow can also watch the video, get the full experience of what I'm talking about. So the next slide, genre, here are the audio that I can play or my viewer can play so they can experience the unique genre of 21 Pilots. And then my last slide, the education, a little picture of them doing their thing. And that's it. I can replay it if I want. I'm not going to. So I'm going to exit. Alright, so my slideshow is done. It looks pretty good. I'm proud of it. So I'm going to go back to that. And now I'm going to turn it in because it's done. So now it's turned in. The slideshow is there. I'm going to click on it. Okay, I don't know what happened there. Oh, it was a different one. My bad. Okay, so it's view only, so your teacher won't be able to affect it or anything. So make sure you turn in the right slideshow. That won't happen usually. I did happen to have two of the same slideshow named, so that's my own fault. But it will just save automatically. But let's say you did accidentally turn in the wrong slideshow. I'm gonna unsubmit it because that's not what I want. Get rid of it. Add or create. I don't need to create a new slideshow. I can just go to my Google Drive, be in recent, or in my drive, and I can put in the correct one and turn it in again. So now it's going to open the right one. Ta-da! And my teacher can watch it from there. They cannot edit it. So that's basically it. It's really simple. So I hope this helped you guys out. Again, if you have any more questions or anything, don't be afraid to ask your teacher because I know how difficult this can be. It was definitely a learning curve for me the first time, and as you can tell, it's still a learning curve for me. So we are all in this together. We are all learning. Don't be afraid to ask for help. So I hope this helped you guys. Thank you.